Excuse me, can everybody focus up? Thank you. Woo! Thank you for for celebrating with me and Libby. We just want to introduce to you Libby's sister. The maid of honor is Anna Gleason.
Hi, Cory. Thank you. So instead of a traditional speech, I actually wrote a song that I will sing for you now. Ooh, ooh. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. But can you? What if I? What if I would have? But seriously, good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here and for sharing this special day with us. Family, friends. Cory, thanks for showing up today. We really appreciate that. Cory! So I've known Libby for quite a while now, 23 years. We were roommates for about 15 from birth until sophomore year of high school. We met at Lutheran Hospital when our mom thought she was going number 2, and then I arrived moments later. Libby that day had taken a brown paper towel from the dispenser and got it wet and held it to our mom's belly and said, "It's for if the baby gets hot." And she's looked out for me every day since. So she is my older sister. She's 3.5 years older, 3.5 inches shorter, and despite what I was once told by Libby, she is in fact my biological sister. I am not adopted, but I did tell people I was for many years, so apologies if any of you are those people, and apologies to my mom for having to sort that out with all my teachers. Despite what people who knew Libby in college may believe, she was a very shy and quiet kid. Always very sweet, very tender. She actually used to, at restaurants, she used to whisper in my ear what she wanted to order, and I would order it for her. I was 5, and this went on for many, many years. She was a very sweet kid, except once she accidentally lit fireworks off inside the house. But we have moved on. Dad moved on. We're all okay at this point. Growing up as 2 teenage girls, we have many precious and treasured memories. Memories like the time Libby gave me a super wedgie at the public pool and everybody saw my butt. So that was great. Again, apologies if any of you are those people. We've been sisters, friends, enemies. We've shared each other's clothes, stolen each other's clothes, beaten each other up for stealing each other's clothes. So let this speech, if anything, be a message of forgiveness to you all. Libby, I forgive you for the super wedgie, kind of, and sorry I cut a hole into your t-shirt once and blamed it on our dog. That was my bad. But eventually, Libby and I both left our emo phases, which involved a lot of eyeliner. And Libby, I think today, even on your wedding day, you're wearing less eyeliner than any given day of 7th grade, which is incredible. And Katie Cook, I know you were the exact same way. You and Libby were brand reps for eyeliner all of middle school. It was incredible. We left our emo phases and we became best friends. We always knew how to make each other laugh and when to cover for one another. When Paula was being a little crazy and the other needed to step in, we always knew how to hand that off. You're the best big sister I have, the only big sister I have, the best reminder to not take life too seriously, the best fake ID I ever had, and for legal reasons and because our dad is here, that was a joke. That's not serious. It was serious, but not okay. Cory, what is there to even say about you? You're the most insane person I've ever met. You're the only person, yeah. You're truly the only person I've ever met who decided, I could probably do a backflip, and then did it. I sure did. You're truly crazy, but it's good to know that Paula, our mom, is now not the only crazy one in the family. Cory and I, we can't actually remember when we met or where. We have no idea. But I do remember that the first time I met you, Cory, when we were saying goodbye, you gave me a big hug, and I knew you were special. I knew you were special for Libby. You and Libby both take great care of everybody that comes by the house. I'm sure most of you know. Every time I've ever been over, Cory will order enough food delivery for 5 people, despite it being just us 2. And all of the delivery guys know him by name. They show up and they say, "Cory, and what's up?" And it's kind of creepy. But you're also the only person I know who's VIP at Ohana. I don't know how. I have no idea how you finessed that, but I don't know anything about marriage. I barely know how to use a can opener. I'm a child, really. But I've heard that before you propose, you should look to their mother to see what marrying them will be like. I think that's a pretty good reference, given Libby is a direct copy of Paula, our mom. And so, Cory, if that message is true, then just know you're in for so much love and laughter and hairspray. Ultimately, a pretty wild ride. You're now married to somebody who is too sweet to tell the bridal store that they may have given her the wrong dress. And I had to email him instead. Libby is just that nice. And like I said, she's just like our mother. They are both full of love and laughter and smiles. You could have the worst day you've ever had and go talk to one of them, and you'll know that everything is going to be fine, you know? Life is not meant to be taken as seriously as I take it, and Libby has been the greatest reminder my whole life to just laugh and have fun. And Cory, you are a great compliment to that. Before I say too much about Libby's middle school years or her and Katie's YouTube channel or anything like that, I'd like to give a toast to the couple. So, quick toast. Cheers to the happy couple. As you take your drink, I want to say that last night I asked each of them what a word to describe the other person would be. Libby said goofy about Cory, as we heard in her vows, and I think that's perfect. Cory, to describe Libby, said Libby. So, a toast to Goofy and Libby. Libby, I agree that your essence is hard to capture in words. May your marriage be a reminder of how much you both are loved. May you always see each other for the wonderful people that you are, and may you never lose VIP status at Ohana Steakhouse. So I did ask Libby, if she was nervous about my speech or could I say anything I wanted, and she said, "Say anything you want," which I know is not true, and she told me she wasn't nervous, but she might be a little nervous for David. So on that note, without further ado, I'd love to yield the floor to David.
Thank you. Shit, I knew I should have went first. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Just like these two. They're awesome. Anyway, if you've known Cory for 15 minutes, I bet you have a story. Because that's what life's about, right? Memories and stories. Sorry, Mike, closer. Life's about memories and stories. If you've known Cory for 15 minutes, you have a story. 100%. If you don't, talk to him for 15 minutes tonight. You'll have a story, I promise. Yeah, I know. So imagine after 15 plus years of knowing this guy, how many stories I have. I mean, I could sit here and list them off. Most of them aren't PG-13, which is what I'm trying to keep it. So bear with me, bear with me. It's okay. Talk to me after. I'm here all night. It's okay. So Cory, as I was running through my list of stories to tell, I thought about telling the one where we were in the gym and we got mad about a topic we're not going to talk about. Disagreement, and I was right, by the way. Just clear that up. We had to lift on opposite sides of the gym. We were that mad. Very stupid topic, by the way. Yeah, we were big. It was cool. Now we got old. Shit. Or I could tell the story of how we used to fight in the back at work over another stupid thing. Man, we fight about a lot of stupid things. But I didn't want to bore you with a whole big story. I could. Like the time we were getting on an airplane after 9/11 and somebody lost their plane ticket between security and boarding. That's exactly why. Libby was not there. Which brings me to Libby. Libby's awesome. She might be the best thing that has happened to Actually, not might. She is the best thing that has happened to Cory. 100%. 100%. I happened to be living with them when they first started dating. I have seen them grow as a couple, as people. Someone else gets to watch after Cory's stuff, not me. It's great, by the way. But I see how much of a better person she makes Cory, and that's awesome. That's why I know that their love will last forever. And I am excited to see what memories and stories they have in store for them. To Cory and Libby. I have no idea who's talking next. Who is it? Dick. Oh, no. It's Rick. It's close. I failed for you.
All right. So I was given some pretty specific instructions. I'm supposed to say, thanks y'all for coming and sit down. So there you go. No kidding. I look out and I see all of these friends and our family, and I'm really touched. It's very special that you got to share this day with us because it's a special day for us. You're not helping me here, Libby. So I remember Paula coming home and she said, "Hey, Dad," she said, "Libby's got a new boyfriend. I think you should meet him. You might like him." Yeah, I doubt it. And I've been known to get in a little trouble for saying things that I shouldn't, but I just got to say, she kissed a couple of frogs before she found her prince. All right. All right. We went over and we met Cory, and on the way home, Paula says, "So what do you think?" I said, "Well, I don't know, maybe. Let's just don't get too excited here. We don't want to jinx it, all right?" But honestly, I watched him, and he doesn't know, but I watch him, and I saw the way he looks at her. All right. And I saw the way he listens to her, and he never interrupts. And I listened to the way he talks about her. And he brags about her cooking, even though she makes him eat Brussels sprouts. And I got to give a huge thank you to Dick and Tina. for raising such a fine young man. And Abby over here, she made me say this. She says, "Who gives this girl?" And I had to say her mother and I, but I'm not giving anything away today. I'm sorry. I'm not giving away a daughter. I'm getting a son. I really am. But there's one person. Oh, God, don't do this. But there's one person here tonight that I have to say the biggest thank you. Because if it wasn't for this one person, none of us would be here. It was about 30 years ago, and a couple of weeks, just a few blocks from here, I stood in the altar at the Central Lutheran Church. And I watched the most beautiful girl in the whole world come walking down the aisle. And she stood there at the altar with me, and she said, "I do." And when I saw Libby today, it was like it was just yesterday. I thought that day was the happiest day of my life. I said, I'm the luckiest man in the world. But I was wrong. Because a couple of years later, this wonderful woman here, she gave me a little blue-eyed baby girl. And a couple of years later, she gave me another one. And the last 30 years have been a blessing. I've gotten so much more than I deserve. And let me tell you, folks, in the Gleason household, there's rarely a dull moment, all right? I always said, we could make our own TV sitcom, and I know it'd be number one. And I know what we'd call it. We'd call it Everybody Loves Paula. So I have to give a special thanks to my beautiful bride. Thank you. It's been wonderful. So raise your glasses. I didn't bring mine, but a toast. Here's to friends, because they're worth more than all the money in the world. And here's to family, because they're always here for you. And most of all, here's to love, to Libby and Cory. I love you guys.
For the people that don't know me, I'm Cory's dad, and I'm going to keep it. I'll keep it real short and brief. Hell, I'm surprised Cory made it on time. I think this is the first time in his life. And I'd like to welcome Libby to the family, and I'd like to welcome everybody for coming. Thank you.
Everybody else, I think it's time to clear the tables. We're going to move them out, get the band going. It's about time to party. But Libby has something to say.
We want to genuinely thank each and every one of you for coming to be. I said I wasn't going to cry all day. Woo! But thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for navigating this crazy world to be here for us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. I'm done.
Thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. All right, that's it. Let's roll.